inclined to business. I think the companies that grew a lot are companies that are starting doing business, taking business seriously. And I think we should take those examples and keep growing from within. And the younger companies need to take that example and keep talking, keep growing by talking to the people that drew the path before us. And yeah, but I mostly agree with you. Anything that I say on top of that actually will I will just be making stuff up, and I don't want to.
Well, what a question. I agree with Lucas. I think that economics is always the main issue in terms of investment and growing. And I think that this moment represents an opportunity because we are facing a time as a country that strangely we have a certain stability in terms of our currency. That is a very important thing to any business to settle and to grow. So I think that we have a great opportunity there. And also, I agree with Franco, always the importance of money and investment, and also public investment. So in this way, we are working in, well, last year we invest in new public policies for the sector, nearly $500,000, and we develop a new tool to help the sector, that is the cash rebate, that is a devolution of the investment. A percentage of this investment is turned back to the investor. On Monday, we are announcing the winners of this first tool, and I think that this investment of resources from the public sector to a growing economy will allow us to construct a new layer of business. Today, there are a very small business in gaming and a few players that are of a greater size. We need to develop a middle layer of companies, and we are working to make that possible.
And to end on a positive note on what is a tough question, I'm going to go back to my very first answer, which is we are very passionate. We really like to make games. It's on our DNA. It's like we have fire within that we really, really just want to take it all out and express ourselves with great creations. And then, of course, go into the market and do lots of great things like making money that will help us grow eventually more than we are today. So with that said, this will be all for today and for us. But of course, please don't forget to come to EVA at the 21st to 24th of October in Buenos Aires. Thank you all for coming today. It's been a pleasure being here, and enjoy the rest of Gamescom Latam.
Thank you, everybody.
everyone, I'm Steffi Varela and welcome to Gamescom Latam Countdown, powered by the Latin American Game Showcase. Gamescom Latam 2026 is happening right now in Sao Paulo up until May 3rd, and there is a lot to look forward to. You'll get to enjoy early access titles like Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, Invincible Versus, Phantom Blade Zero, and Marvel Tokon. Plus, special guests like the acclaimed composer David Wise and Claire Obscure Expedition 33's Maxence Cazorla. There will also be top creators from Brazil, live tournaments like the eLibertadores Grand Final and the Mortal Kombat Retro League, and plenty of new content, talks, and surprises. Today, we have a great selection of games from our publisher partners, and you can support all of them, plus many amazing Brazilian and Latin American games on the official Gamescom Latam Steam event. So let's start with the horror roguelike deck builder developed by Eduardo Scarpato and published by Black Lantern Collective, where you feed a monster that crawls through the vents.
Capybaras are the animal that everybody loves.
I think Cappy Castaway is a video game where we imagined what it would be like to be a little guy.
How do we feel about just being a little guy, being a little capybara, and then running around?
And doing things, so like digging and sniffing and having fun.
And I'm gonna see how tall I can make my hat.
And you explore a big world with a lot of opportunity to play around and talk to other characters.
I think that I described it recently as silly animal co-op game at the backdrop of a calamity. This animal that is very humbly friendly to everyone, but also stubborn and deserving to be there, that is emblematic of story of Cappy, the inspiration of Cappy, and capybaras as they exist in their ecological niche in South American culture.
A heartwarming story of friendship, family, and finding your way.
We have finding a home, friendship, trying to resolve trauma through conversations and through the choices that you make.
The whole narrative of the game where they get swept away into another world and then have to connect with the people there, I guess it all kind of hits close to home.
There are a lot of inspirations on the island, a lot that are honestly over my head, but they're all Toronto references, which is so cool.
We have the High Park Zoo, we have the High Park Playground, we have lots of old neon signs like the Honest Ed sign.
But I think that sort of like sharing of an intimate joy of like, it was cool and fun is the best thing about making games.
I want people to feel impacted by the story. I hope they laugh.
I hope they feel the whimsy, and I hope they also feel the intention that we put into the story.
I hope they feel mischievous.
Hello, I am Lemoski, a variety gaming content creator from Panama, and I am very excited for this year's expo and today's selection of games. We just saw Cappy Castaway, a cozy adventure game from Kitten Cup Studio and Big Blue Sky Games. And now, let's transform into magical girls and fight to save the world in our next game, developed by Argentina's Efebera Games and published by White Turn Games.
What you're about to see is probably the greatest indie game to come out in all of 2026. Yeah, nice tags, bro. So good, it's very beautiful, has vibrant music.
Toilet, literally.
Leave me alone! Leave me alone!
Where did you come from? Why? Yeah, go.
Freak offer. You're leaving me? And who knows, maybe when it fully releases,
This is the one. Wait, you can show them.
it might just be my game of 2026.
I had like the perfect height.
This is Colonel Hart.
Okay, no, you know what? I'm scared.
This is going to win Indie Game of the Year 2026.
My God.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's get into it.
Night shift job and murder mystery? Moonlight Motel from Electric Monkeys and Black Lantern Collective is just my type of game. Next, we have something special, an exclusive trailer from our partners at Krafton.
I call for strength, I find but stone. The river's teeth, the forest breath, the shadows whisper tales of death. I call for strength, I find but stone, a shepherd lost.
Always be ready. Danger is often impatient. Hesitation kills. You hit or you bleed.
The wolves howl black against the night. My flock is scattered out of sight, with lifted staff and lifted eyes. I face the dark, but walk the fight to bear his light.
They will question if you are worthy, but that is irrelevant. No one is. We are not chosen because we deserve it. We are chosen because purpose demands a vessel.
Hermano, Argentina está cocinando. I mean, who wouldn't want to be an epic and legendary bear during the Crusades? That was Botdan's Cross, developed and published by First Level. And talking about large, epic adventures, let's visit Everstone Studio and NetEase Games' Wuxia open world adventure and become a wandering warrior in ancient China. And now, let's take a look at an exclusive trailer from our partners at EA.
Come get some.
That looks really good. I actually just watched the whole series with my daughter and I can't wait to jump into this world and experience it in a new way. Unfortunately, that's a wrap for Gamescom Latam Countdown 2026. And to everyone watching, make sure to check out the Gamescom Latam Steam event. Support the developers and wishlist your favorites. If you're here in Sao Paulo, come visit the show floor and experience everything in person. Lemoski and I were honored to host the first ever Gamescom Latam Countdown powered by Latin American Game Showcase. But don't go anywhere, because next, get ready for the Latin American Game Showcase Gamescom Latam edition, with over 25 game reveals and updates from some of the best teams in the region. I'm Steffi Varela, see you there. Hi everyone, I'm Steffi Varela and I'm very excited to welcome you to the second Gamescom Latam edition of the Latin American Game Showcase, highlighting a curated selection of games from across our region. Gamescom Latam is a key player in the growth of our industry and we're honored to be a part of it. Throughout the show, keep an eye out for this icon. It means the game has a demo available right now. You'll be able to find all of today's games at the Gamescom Latam Steam event, so make sure to go and wishlist your favorites. And if you're in Brazil, make sure to visit our booth where you'll be able to try demos from some of today's featured games. A big thank you to our presenting sponsors, Raw Fury, Annapurna Interactive, New Blood, Halbert Studios, ID at Xbox, and Two Wedges. And now let's kick things off with games that are all about addictive gameplay and innovative mechanics, starting with a world premiere. our long-standing partners, ID at Xbox has proudly supported developers across Latin America for many years. Today, we're excited to bring you a selection of ID at Xbox highlights, beginning with the release date announcement of one of Argentina's most anticipated upcoming games.
Hi, Alice. So, what can I do?
Oh, you must be kidding me!
Oh, dear Brooklyn, how I've missed you. In this town, everyone knows each other. Everyone's a friend. Everyone gathers after dark. But what happens when the masks go on? People have been disappearing all over the city, one by one, without answers, without a trace. Now the whole place is rotten from the inside out. And behind all of this ring, somehow it's connected to everything happening in this city. Someone has to be guilty.
This year, we've partnered with Exola to bring you a special bundle celebrating games from Latin America. Exola is launching a curated 5-title PC game bundle on Exola Mall, priced at $9.99 and available April 30th through May 3rd. The bundle features Mullet Mad Jack, Baki Hanma Blood Arena, Breakers Collection, Visco Collection, and Leah, Hacking Destiny, with a charity component supporting Stand Up to Cancer. To get it, just visit the link on the screen. Before we move on, we also want to celebrate the next generation of Latin American developers. We just wrapped up our second Game Jam and it was an amazing experience. Our jury selected the top 3 winners and flew them to Gamescom Latam so they could pitch their games and connect with the industry. In third place, Log and Chupacabra, a silly casual adventure game where you fence in animals to protect them from the Chupacabra. Also, you're a wooden log. In second place, Billiards Night Out, a stylish, fast-paced mix of billiards and deck building, where a small mage challenges opponents in high-risk matches across a neon-lit city. And this year's winner, El Llamero Solitario, an incremental game where you help a dog herd hundreds of runaway llamas, unlocking upgrades and uncovering a heartfelt story along the way. You'll be able to try these games along with a selection of today's lineup at our first ever on-site booth at Gamescom Latam, so make sure to stop by, play some demos, and say hi. And now let's celebrate something Latin America does incredibly well: bold, striking, and unforgettable visuals, starting with a game you can try right now at our booth.
Years after the event, humanity survives inside arcs of steel, drifting kingdoms in a graveyard sea. Wilhelming Brooks, Janie Wett, Marek Samba, in the deep, every battle is a gamble. Pirates, beasts, Ravelogs, and things no one was meant to remember. Because the ocean does not hide the end of the world, it keeps the truth of how it ended.
Don't let me down, mon ami.
Around lightning and storms.
My esteemed colleague, what happened? Explore this paradise island. Three goddesses, one party, one great mystery. Play with 3 different characters, each with her own personality.
Food, drinks, semi-pastry, cake. That sure looks like the sign of a party. Why would someone do something so awful on purpose?
Sunny trails.
And that's it for the second Latin American Game Showcase Gamescom Latam edition. A big thank you to our presenting sponsors Raw Fury, Annapurna Interactive, New Blood, Halbert Studios, ID at Xbox, and 2 Wedges. Don't forget to check out the Exola bundle and explore even more titles through the Gamescom Latam Steam event. And if you're here in Brazil, come visit our booth and experience some of these games in person, including titles like Clossom, Litany, and many others. Stay tuned because next we have the Gamescom Latam highlights by Find Your Next Game. But before that, we have one more thing.
Hello everyone! 2026 is already great in terms of video games we got, and it's shaping up to be even better in the coming months. And a sneak peek of what's to come has been brought to us by Gamescom Latam that is currently happening in Brazil. With the countdown show featuring hot new announcements and reveals and playable versions of hot upcoming titles on the show floor, Gamescom Latam 2026 is not something you should miss. But in case you can't be in Brazil in person, we're bringing you all the hot stuff from the sunny Sao Paulo. Check this out. Did you know that there's a new Batman game coming that is as much fun as the original Arkham series, but at the same time it feels like everyone in Gotham is tripping on Joker's laughing gas? That might come from the fact that it's actually a LEGO Batman that brings a lot of changes to LEGO Games' formula. LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight was originally announced at Gamescom last year. It brings the ultimate, definitive Batman experience to PC and consoles, with the game telling a complete journey of Bruce Wayne becoming Batman, from training with Ra's al Ghul, finding new allies in Gotham, and then facing all the famous villains we know and love from comic books, movies, and even games. The gameplay in Legacy of the Dark Knight is heavily inspired by the Arkham games, with completely new combat for the LEGO series and the open world that you can freely explore, just like in Rocksteady's games. There's stealth mechanics, there's vehicles you can use, the whole package. And the cool thing? All the attendees of Gamescom Latam can actually play the game on the show floor. Legacy of the Dark Knight is coming really soon on May 22nd. The Countdown show featured a new trailer for Don't Let It Starve, a strategy roguelite game where you must prepare the most satisfying bentos for a monster lurking in the ventilation duct. I mean, what? During the game, you'll be preparing the bentos by arranging food in a grid. You need to choose ingredients wisely and optimize your layout to fit as much food as possible. The game allows for mixing and matching dozens of tools and effects, which makes each run unique, with countless ways to stay alive. Or, well, fail horribly. The game has an overall meta progression with new tools, upgrades, and run modifiers allowing you to stay alive just a bit longer, and if you feel like taking on a challenge, you can push both your skills and your luck to the limit in an infinite survival challenge. The game is coming out on June 12th, and the demo is available on Steam right now. Here's a question for you. Do you like fighting games? Well, then I'm pretty sure you've heard about this really cool-looking hand-drawn avatar legends. Whether it's water, earth, fire, or air that is your element of choice, you'll be able to choose from 12 playable characters and go head-to-head across a variety of modes and features, story mode included, where you will shape the fate of time and space. The game's simple, intuitive controls allows anyone to start bending, and as a result, Avatar Legends is great for quick matches with friends and family. But underneath all that lies a deep fighting system for anyone who's willing to dive into it deeper. At the Countdown show, a new trailer was featured introducing the character of Sokka, a water tribe warrior. I gotta admit, the visuals look really cool, fans of fighting games really are lucky, and we're not yet done with those. One of the coolest recent animated shows is Invincible, a brutal superhero story adapted from comic books by Robert Kirkman. This world is obviously perfect for a fighting game, so we're getting Invincible Versus, a 3v3 tag fighting game where you can battle to the death as a team of fan-favorite characters in iconic locations. You need to realize that because of the source material, this game is much closer to Mortal Kombat than the previously mentioned Avatar. You'll unleash bone-breaking combos, land super moves and ultimates to turn your enemies into a, well, messy pulp. Among all the game modes you'd expect from a fighting game, you will also get a cinematic story mode with an original narrative written by a writer of the animated series. The game is developed by Quarter Up, a studio led by members of the core Killer Instinct dev team. It's playable on the Gamescom show floor, and guess what? The full version is actually available from April 30th for anyone interested. I mean, it is already out. So how about fighting some Viltrumites? Let's leave all the fighting behind and hop onto something much more peaceful. Cappy Castaway is a cozy narrative exploration adventure in which a capybara pup and a clever crow solve puzzles, help their animal friends, and explore a mysterious island. As the story goes, a massive flood upended the lives of several zoo animals and sparked the beginning of a life-changing journey for the two. In gameplay, Cappy uses their strong sense of smell and innate curiosity to dig up buried objects and push large obstacles, while Corvi uses their keen eye and flying ability to fetch treasures from high places. There is no combat in this game, it's strictly focused on exploration, puzzle solving, and character interactions with choices that have an impact on the whole narrative. The game features a lot of inspirations taken straight from Toronto, where the dev team comes from. Looks cozy, sounds cozy. Make sure to keep that on your radar, especially if you love capybaras. I gotta admit, out of all the Countdown announcements, this one I find to be the coolest. Bogdan's Cross is an action-adventure game set in the era of the Crusades where you follow the journey of Bogdan, a humble shepherd as he rises to become a legendary Templar knight. In this game, you traverse stunning landscapes, uncover hidden tales and mysteries, and confront shadows of doubt and despair. While the game is grounded in historical accuracy, you can obviously see that the game takes creative liberties to tell a captivating fictional story. Bogdan's Cross will have you meeting notable figures from the Crusades, exploring medieval towns, castles, and battlefields. You'll have to solve environmental puzzles and find treasures that enhance your abilities. The open-world design of the game encourages exploration, and combat will have you facing a wide range of enemies. I'm actually really curious to learn more about the game, but for now you can wishlist Bogdan's Cross on Steam, and I think I'm actually going to do this right now. How about a fresh announcement straight from the Countdown? Moonlight Motel is a game by Electric Monkeys, a studio already with a few games in their portfolio. In the game, you work as the motel's night shift-only employee, and it's your responsibility to keep the guests happy. But when you suddenly encounter 3 deaths without any explanation, you might need to do some research and poke around the building. Just make sure you don't look anywhere too closely. There might be a bizarre figure lurking in the darkness. Where Winds Meet, an epic open-world action RPG rooted in martial arts culture, got a new trailer, this time focused on Xinchuan, a new region that came as the 3rd and final chapter of the massive Heshi expansion that was released on April 30th. While the update might be out already, this trailer showcases a dynamic 4-season map with boundless grasslands, as well as some boss fights which, as always in case of Where Winds Meet, look extremely cool. The concluding chapter of the expansion offers new side stories, the changing seasons impact vegetation cycles and lighting tones of the new region. There's a new mystic skill called Idle Wind, there's 3 new stronghold challenges, 2 new trials, and a breathtaking new world boss. The game is available on PC, PS5 and mobile devices already with the newest update, just go and play it. This game is a lot of fun. Countdown also presented a new trailer for Kernel Hearts, a unique blend of action RPG and roguelike with multiplayer co-op. In this game, you're tasked with climbing the Tower of Babel, eliminating the angelic creatures in your path as you dethrone God and save a world drowning in ashes. After each expedition, you will return to the last memory backup in a lab located on the outskirts of humanity's last hideout and spend the rewards from each run to unlock and equip new chips onto your unit. The trailer for the game focuses on the reactions the game's got from content creators all around the world, and actually, if you'd like to try it yourself before it releases later this year, the demo is available on Steam and Epic right now. You know what's also coming later this year? Phantom Blade Zero from S-Game Studio, a game I've been really looking forward to since I played it at Gamescom for the first time in 2024. In Phantom Blade Zero, you're framed for the death of your master, and you're literally left with a ruined heart. Now your character, Soul, has 66 days to live. Alone and hunted by his former comrades, Soul wants to unravel the conspiracy that brought him this fate. While the game might look like a Souls-like, it focuses on a bit of a different experience, a bit more friendly to the player, though do not worry, it will still be a challenge, especially if you're careless. In the game, you'll get over 30 weapons to wield. By defeating bosses, you will actually acquire their weapons and their signature techniques that they used to make your life miserable before you finally beat them. If you're at Gamescom Latam, you can test your skills in Phantom Blade Zero, but if you can't make it there, don't worry, the game will be out in September. Finally, I mean, it's been a long wait. Coming up next, our dear friends from Viva La Dirt League. I could tell you what they told us, but why not let them speak for themselves instead? Gentlemen, take it away.
What's up, everyone? We are Viva La Dirt League.
Yeah, it's actually been 10 years since we first launched Epic NBC Man back in the day, and 1 year, coincidentally, since we launched our first official video game, Nice Day for Fishing.
So if you like going to Sao Paulo Gamescom, you will also like the Sao Paulo of video games, Honeywood.
Hope you guys have an incredible time, and please do check out our video game, Nice Day for Fishing.
Morning! Nice day for fishing, ain't it?
Morning!
Hey, Balin.
Nice day for fishing, ain't it?
Yeah, Balin, it's nice day for fishing.
The patch for Nice Day for Fishing will be released in May, and it will add the birthday event for the game. The event will actually start 1 week before the anniversary of Nice Day for Fishing, and the whole of Honeywood will be celebrating with festive decorations and balloons to find everywhere in the game. Collecting the balloons will bring you some fun items, like a party hat or super special fishing rod. Come on, who wouldn't want a party hat? We might have been building bento boxes, but we haven't had a card game yet. It's time to change that. Card Burners is a chaotic, fast-paced solo or online versus card game. Since it's called Card Burners, you obviously have to play your cards quickly before they burn in your hand. You can choose your pace, but if you're feeling skilled and maybe a bit lucky, the game can deal cards as fast as 100 CPM, and that's cards per minute. You'll be able to tailor your game rules, mixing them from 4 different card packs. You'll be able to defeat your opponent using damage cards, making them overdraw, or by placing bombs in their hands. On top of that, you can of course add boosters to create ultimate chaos. The game offers solo adventure mode and online multiplayer for 2 players. The demo for Card Burners is available on Steam for you to try out, and the game itself will be out on May 28th. Coming from the team that brought you Kaku's Lost Pets, now comes Kaku's Overflow, where players are invited to enter the magic doors in a roguelite run in an attempt to go as far as possible to find the biggest treasure at the end of the run. You'll be going from door to door, facing new random maps, enemies, bosses, traps, and all kinds of wonders, with the chance to actually meet other players searching for the same treasure. In case that happens, you need to defeat the rival player or the rival team in order to proceed with your run. I guess that adds a bit of flavor to a roguelite, doesn't it? And for all of you who thought we're done with fighting games, we are not, but I left the biggest IP for last. Playable at the show floor at Gamescom Latam is Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, in which you assemble your team of legendary Marvel characters in 4v4 tag team combat. The game will have 20 characters available at launch, each rendered in the anime-inspired art style. You can experiment with team compositions to discover new combos and synergies while you blast through dynamic stages based on iconic Marvel locations, and I understand that not everyone decided to spend the weekend in Brazil right now, so don't worry, you'll be able to take control of the likes of Iron Man, Captain America, Ghost Rider, or Doctor Doom when the game launches on August 6th on PC and PS5. It is pretty unique to see these characters in this kind of art style, right? And now that we had 3 fighting games in today's showcase, which one did you like the most? I know what my pick is. Like I mentioned in the beginning, 2026 is looking pretty tasty for us gamers. Some of today's highlights are brought to you fresh from the oven, the others should be coming through the rest of the year, but one thing's for certain. It's not only GTA 6 that will keep us busy, and here at Find Your Next Game, we will keep you informed. Thank you for taking a look with us through everything that Gamescom LATAM 2026 had to offer. Let us know what game you're looking forward to the most, and if you're there in Brazil, make sure to have a lot of fun. Thank you for watching, take care.
Things to look into account because it's a creative industry that, you know, multiplying the revenue stream is great, but you still need at some point to focus on what you do best. And I would just if you give me just one more minute, the reason why Show Game has always been, we were born and raised with Steam. The reason why we started looking at the market was, okay, we want to address one niche and we want to be the biggest among the smallest. So what kind of niche we'd like to address is a niche that we love. So real-time strategy, Northgard, we just really focus on that and what makes a great RTS. And we were working really hard to aim at those pool of players. That's also part of your insight in your strategy. You know, if you do a game for everybody, you do a game for nobody at the end of the day.
We were talking about the strength of France and a little bit of show-off, just like you said before. Do you think of any limitations or things that could be improved? Or not?
Collaboration, communication, it's something that I believe has started to improve over the past few years, but it's something I think we should and we could improve a lot, like working more closely with studios, share more information to have more strengths together rather than seeing each other as competition.
Nico?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the biggest problem I see in many studios is not the talent to make games, is the capacity to understand the market and as Stefan mentioned, you know, to target the right audience and have a strong positioning. And I believe that France were not the bad students, I would say, but we can definitely improve.
We are artists.
Yeah, we're still artists. You know? I mean, we can improve on that. Like many, I think it's worldwide problem anyway. But yeah, I can see in many studios that are starting. You know, they just start a new game with passion. They know exactly, you know, the vision they have for their game, but they don't really. If you ask them who's your audience, they don't really know exactly. You know, what's your vision for your company? They don't necessarily know. So I think that we need more training on the strategy layer. I think that is really something that, you know, compared to the other companies here, I can tell that it's been 14 years we had our company, and it was not an easy ride at all. Like, not at all. We had up and downs. We were close to die. The company was close to die many times. And we got a lot of luck, but luck is not a strategy. And I think that what studios needs today is more strategy. And I believe that the role of the CEO of a company, the main role is to minimize luck in the road for success. And that's the role of a CEO, which means strategy. And I think that we all need more training on this, you know, and that's to also bounce on what Benjamin is saying is like, we need more solidarity between dev and sharing, you know, information, sharing more, like, you know, about the understanding on the trends and stuff like that, if we want to become stronger. I think we are good at it in France. I think there is a lot of solidarity. But still, yeah, I think that in schools we teach people to make 3D. We may teach them to make programming. But most of them, some of them are going to start companies. They didn't get trained for running a company. So we could improve on that.
Sometimes it can almost be felt as an insult, you know, when you're talking to indies.
Yeah.
That when you create a game, well, you need to think about your audience, and sometimes developers are so like put so much of themselves into the games they want to make that it feels insulting to them to just think about, oh, I need to think about an audience so my game is successful so I can eat at the end of the month and live and make another game afterwards. So I think, yeah, there is this kind of education to be made, I believe. And yeah, we do have a lot of artists in France, and sometimes it's quite like we are talking about art style earlier, but it is also it's one of the reasons why we're famous outside of France, but it's also a curse because there is this tendency for French studios to create very stylized 2D art style, and I'm sure Frank can concur on this, but I'm sure he's seeing a lot of pitches of this type of game, and at a glimpse he can say that I'm pretty sure this game won't succeed because of the art style.
Yeah, and I think that kind of ties in what I was going to say anyway. Like, yes, art is great in France. Like, I think we can all agree on that. For me, it's the, depending on the scale of the company and the budget we're talking about, is the creative risk-taking with ideas. I see a lot of safety, and safety in this current industry is generic. It's like you're making the same thing everybody else is doing because you think it's safe, because Repo and Peak and RV Dariat are doing well, so let's make a friends lab game. But this also means that you're already behind on the trend. Like, you don't want to be a trend chaser, you want to be a trend setter. So taking a creative risk where you can, because again, it's all about surviving, especially in the current, like the past couple of years and into the future. We don't know when things are going to get better, if they're going to get better. Maybe this is the new normal. But what I'm seeing is maybe a lack of creative risk-taking on the game design, the conceptual side, where the art is safe but creative, but the concepts maybe less so. And in that sense, you're kind of losing your chances on the global stage, because it's much harder to sell that game. You can't sell the art anymore nowadays. It's about selling a product that at least there's a very a big enough niche for you to be successful in. Like what you said about, like, hey, we want to own RTS and be like this studio. It's like, figure out what you're personally passionate about as a team, or maybe as the leader in a team. Commit to that, but try to be creative within that space. Look at what people are missing, what people would like, how you can maybe take elements from other genres and introduce them to something new. I think that is like where there's a lot of growth still that can be done. Of course, not saying there's no creative risk-taking at all. I mean, Expedition 33 is maybe a prime example of a lot of publishers, us included, not willing to take that risk on that product. Big swing, big budget, new team and everything. And they were like, yes, we believe in it. We're going to do it anyway. They found a partner. They did it. Massive success. But yeah, we can't rely on the outliers, obviously. But yeah, find your niche and fight hard for that. And it doesn't have to be a big one, as long as it's a one that you can sustain your company with. There's people who've been in the industry for, I think Grey Alien Games is a perfect example. This is a husband and wife studio from the UK. They just released Forbidden Solitaire on Steam, I think yesterday. They've been making games for 21 years. They have 0 hits. How do you stay alive for 21 years? It's about being smart about your opportunities as well. So yeah, it's about figuring out like how to stay alive in this industry as well.
Thank you. There was the word global in the title. So as we do have to verificar a alimentação do dispositivo, I think we have 10 minutes. But Stefan, can you tell us more about what it means to go global? What it means today, and is it different from 10 or 15 years ago in the video game industry? What do you think about that?
So I look like
there is a question about like the past.
Yeah.
She
It's
asked
on me.
you-
It's on me.
Yeah.
I look like the historian of the video
Tell
game
us
industry.
about the past of video games,
Okay,
Stefan.
okay, guys, got it. So in 1954.
Put on your glasses first. I mean, like grandpa's speaking now.
I got it. Now the thing is I mean, it's always been global, right? I mean, we've been working with manufacturers, with Nintendo way back, and and basically you were not doing a game for the French market. It doesn't happen this way. So, but I think going global is truly, first of all, a fact. I mean, your game will be on Steam and your game will be localized in 14, 17, 25 languages. So you're actually going global. So what kind of experience? I mean, I would rather say either a global experience rather than a local experience when it comes to gaming and gameplay. I would tend to say that playing with friends and playing cards or whatever is like music. You know, it's kind of a universal thing. If it's fun in France, could be fun in Germany, and definitely will be fun in the US, in Europe, in Brazil. I mean, the fun factor, the fun definition is, hey, I'm having fun with that game. And unless you have like specific games, like, you know, we had this game made in Bordeaux called Dordogne, which was really locally based, and we are talking about, you know, a specific region in France with an art style that, you know, which is one of the verticals that the video game is addressing, with a message, with everything. I believe that fun is international.